Next point is interfacing of camera to Raspberry Pi. Pi camera module we can interface with the Raspberry Pi. This module captures the image and high quality videos. Raspberry Pi board has camera serial interface. It has camera serial interface to which we can attach Pi camera module directly. This Pi camera module can attach to Raspberry Pi CSI port using 15-pin ribbon cable. So this 15-pin ribbon cable is used to connect the Raspberry Pi camera module. Features of Pi camera module is it can capture up to 5 megapixel image and HD video recording up to 1080 pixel can be captured. Also, this camera captures motionless image up to the resolution of 2592 by 1944 pixel. We can attach the Pi camera to the Raspberry Pi. Here the interfacing is shown. Now we can use Pi camera for capturing image and videos using Raspberry Pi. To use the camera, we have to import the module or library in Raspberry Pi. Programming. The libraries are sometimes in some Raspberry Pi version we use import Pi camera, or in some version we can use import camera. In this program we are using inbuilt camera of our laptop and we are interfacing camera to Raspberry Pi in the Protus. So firstly open the Protus, create new project, give the name camera interfacing, click on next. Here create firmware project and select Raspberry Pi. Then go in the source code, delete your by default source code, and here we have to import the camera module. So click on peripherals, add peripherals, then go in the camera and take Pi camera module. So Pi camera module is imported in our program, which captures the images from the front camera of laptop. Then to see the image in Protus, we have to import some IoT control. Click on RPI3U1, add IoT control. Then we have to take one button. We are adding one round button. For capturing, if we click on the button, then image will capture. That kind of programs we are going to develop. So take the button, add, then to show the image we are adding photo and image from IoT control. Photo control, add, then close. See here photo control is added. Then you have to take this in this control window, add word button. Now write the code in main.py. See, in program we have to import the variable. Then we are going to import Raspberry Pi input output module, then all the resources, Then to store the image, we have to import file storage. Then we are using camera of the laptop, so virtual port is need to be imported. Then for time delay, we use time functions. Then we are capturing the data from the UART port, so import the port, then import camera module and import IoT controls. Here we write one functions peripheral setup, in which we are calling different functions of Raspberry Pi camera module, like pi.storage equal to file storage, then pi.server is equal to, we are calling the server because we want to show the image onto the virtual server. Then import the timer, then import the UART module, then import the camera.rpi camera module and give the name as pi.camera1. Then we have taken one photo window, so we have imported the control of that photo. Then we have imported also one button, so import the function of the button. Then call the storage begin functions, then server begin, then write another function peripheral loop, and when we call the peripheral, that is camera, then wait for the camera. Then we have created one default variable image, so when the image is captured, which is stored in var.image, so store this, we created variable.setup functions. Then when the event occurs, then we are capturing pi.camera, means importing the camera module and capture up to 25 pixel. Then we are importing the image and then we shows the image onto the window. In main, we are calling various functions that we have written above, and then if the event occurred, then we fetch the event. See, write this code, source code main.py. After that, save it, then enable the timer functions, compile the program and run it. See, so by using the transmitter pin, the data is accepted. You can check the image here. So in this web browser, the localhost port number is running. So when you click this label button, then front camera of laptop should turn on and it captures the image. See, so it captures my image. Next is interfacing of HC05, that is Bluetooth module, to the Raspberry Pi. To interact with other devices that works on serial communication, we want to use serial communications programming. HC05 is the Bluetooth module, consists of 6 pins, which are enable pin, then power supply pin, then ground pin, then serial data transmission pin and serial data receive pin and state pin, which indicates the module paired or not. We have to interface this HC05 module to our Raspberry Pi. We need to focus on T cross D pin and R cross D pin in programming. I don't have a serial library in Protus, so I am working on Jupyter Notebook. So open your Jupyter Notebook. So firstly, we have to pair our mobile. First, we are sending the data from Bluetooth of mobile. So turn on the mobile Bluetooth. Connect the Bluetooth of mobile to your laptop. Search Bluetooth. Turn on the Bluetooth and check your Bluetooth device is connected or not. I will restart the Bluetooth. It is paired. Then check the data that you are receiving in which virtual port. So I have created COM port 3, 4, 5. You can create multiple also, or you can create only one. No issue for this by clicking on add. So check how many ports is available in Bluetooth. So to check this, you have to go in more Bluetooth option, then COM port. Here you can find the different COM port. If not available, you can create the COM port. Then in Jupyter, open your Python 3 and in programming, see here we are not importing the Raspberry Pi module because in Jupyter hardware is not installed. So better way is to avoid the Raspberry Pi in Jupyter. When you have the hardware, then you can interface the Bluetooth module to your Raspberry Pi and then write the program. So I am doing virtually here. Here importing the serial library, then importing the time library. In the serial library, write from which port you access the data. I am accessing the data from COM4, baud rate 9600 and store this value in serial SER in while 1. Firstly, I am using two different variables here, data 1 and data. So initially I am moving empty text into this. So when the new data coming, then data 1 and data variable should be 0. That's why I am moving empty string initially. After that, read the serial data and store in data. The data is coming in byte format. I am converted it into string by using str function. After that, I have facing one problem here that b is coming in the data. That's why to remove the b, I have written here data.translate order b none. So b in the received text is deleted. Then time.sleep 0.01 and then data 1 plus equal to join of s. Then value of s is stored in data, and then we print the data. So you can avoid this. Instead of this, you can write directly data. But if you face some problems, then you can do such kind of arrangement. Otherwise, the normal program is run in this software. So now in Jupyter, write your program and hit run. Now in my mobile, I am opening one Bluetooth applications. You can download another application from Google Store also. Connect the Bluetooth. Then in my application, on and off button I have taken. So when I click on button, then see, firstly O is received, then N, and then off button is there. So off is received. Likewise, you can accept the serial data. Next is interfacing of PIR sensor to Raspberry Pi. PIR sensor is used for detecting infrared heat radiation. This makes them useful in the detection of moving living object that emits infrared heat radiation. We have seen that PIR sensors detects the movement of the person when the person in front of these PIR sensors. The output of PIR is high when it senses motion, whereas it is low when there is no motion. If any person in front of PIR sensor, then PIR sensor give the high signal, and when no motion is detected, then the PIR sensor send the low signal. PIR sensor used in many applications like in room light controls for human detection, then human motion detection for security purpose at home and etc. So all I am doing is virtual. We are creating project for PIR. This library I have downloaded from internet. Use the connections, that is data pin, then output pin, then VCC and ground. So here I have connected one logic probe, means person. If person is detected, means we are force it to 1, because all is virtual thing. And then when 1 is detected, means person is detected, then LED is glowing, indicating that person in front of the PIR sensor. In program, we importing the Raspberry Pi module, then import the time module, then use the board programming. LED is connected to pin number 7 of the board. Then the data from PIR sensor is received at the pin number 12. So set up 12.12, GPIO.in. So data is received from pin number 12, and LED pin is the output pin. We are continuously checking that if the data from the input pin 12 is received, store in PIR inputs, and if the motion detected, that is true, then LED become high, indicating that any person in front of the PIR sensor. Then wait for some time and then again check. Is there no person in front of camera? PIR sensor is false. Then LED become low. Then wait for some time. So here in program, we have written the program. Compile the program, then run it. See, hex file. This PIR sensor needs some hex file, so you have to give the path. I have stored the hex file required for internal operation of PIR in my Proteus. Run this. Then if the person is detected in front of sensor, then LEDs glow. When no person in front of PIR sensor, the LED is off. Next is interfacing of ultrasonic sensor to Raspberry Pi. Ultrasonic sensor is particularly we are using HC05 module, which is ultrasonic sensor, are very popular among the electronics hobbyists, and it is used in many projects like robots, distance measurement and proximity detection. So here you can see ultrasonic sensor is connected to Raspberry Pi, and in front of ultrasonic sensor we have kept one object and we are moving that object. Then ultrasonic sensor measure the distance of the object from ultrasonic sensor and displayed it onto the Raspberry Pi. SR04 ultrasonic sensor is a ranging module that can measure up to the distance from 2 cm to 400 cm. It has three basic parts: transmitter, which transmit the ultrasonic waves. Then ultrasonic waves is incident on the object which is in front of the ultrasonic sensor. Then wave is returned back and received in the ultrasonic receiver, and it has some controlling unit which processes the data. It has 4 pins because we have to transfer some pulses from the ultrasonic transmitter and we have to receive the pulses. That's why this pin is given. It has 4 pins: VCC, trigger, echo and ground pin. Now we are going to see how is the distance calculated. In programming, we are sending the trigger pin to be high, so it sended some pulses through the transmitter. When ultrasonic transmitter transmit the 8 pulses at the frequency of 40 kHz, then control circuit in the sensor receives the ultrasonic wave from the transmitter and the echo pin become high until it hit the object, and then the echo means waveform will return to the ultrasonic receiver, and we are turn on the timer in the programming when the echo pin is high, and then calculate the distance by using the time. So see, in Proteus we import the SR-F0F module, ultrasonic module, to interface with the Raspberry Pi. Here we connected trigger pin to the GPIO 4 pin of our Raspberry Pi, and echo pin is connected to GPIO 17 pin. Import the module, import the time function, use the broadcast chip pin numbering, means lower pin numbering. Then trigger pin is connected to pin number 4, declare, and echo pin is connected to pin number 17 of Raspberry Pi. Then declare trigger pin is output pin means data is sent from the controller to the module to send the pulses. Then echo is received, means the reflected wave is received, so it is input, so declare echo is an input pin. Then initially make the echo pin to be low, wait for some time. Then in while true, continuously we are calculating the distance. Firstly we are sending trigger pulse, so waveform is transmitted. So to generate waveform from the transmitter, we have to send the signal like true, then wait for some time and then false. So one waveform is generated through the transmitter. Then after waveform is generated, it is move forward and incident on the object in front of the sensors. Then it reflected back. When it reflected back, we are checking that when echo is 0, means wave is transmitted, that time is recorded into the start time. We have start the time by using time.time functions, and when the wave is received, then we have to start again the timer. Then here we are checking the echo is 1, then we created another timer and record the time. So 2 time is received here in programming, that is stop and start time. Start time means time for the waveform to transmit from transmitter up to the object, and stop time means time from object to receiver. So time elapsed is equal to stop time minus start time, and the distance is calculated time multiplied by 300 divided by 2. So this value is speed of the light. Then we take the average, and if the distance is less than 20, then we printed the distance. See, create the project. Take the module, then take the ground and VCC power supply and connect the default here and give the name GPIO4 and GPIO17. Write the program, then compile the program, run this program. See here, the distance is 58. Then it measures continuously, so we have to stop this process in task manager. Go to the process and stop the Python process, Python process.exe. Stop this. Then see, fatal simulation error means it calculates the distance, and the distance is 58 centimeter. 58 centimeters. Likewise, you can interface various devices to the Raspberry Pi in Protus. Thank you.